is just a touch. This is just a touch. What's up, baby? This is just a touch. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? This is just a touch. Y'all hear that? Y'all are listening to the Just a Touch of J podcast show, baby. Y'all know I gotta put it up in pieces for you, right? Going over to making Lemon kitchen, baby. She y'all down like the Just a Touch of J. Y'all like that? I just wanna talk to y'all for a little bit. Go on over to my name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby. Y'all know I gotta put it out in pieces for you, right? You're listening to the Just a Touch of J podcast show, baby. And check me out on Beat Break Radio, 87 FM. Y'all hear that? This is Just a Touch of J.
Hey y'all, this is Just a Touch of J, and I'm coming at you, getting ready to put it all out there in pieces, baby. What's cracking with my babies, huh? What y'all out there doing, huh? What are y'all out there doing, man? I know y'all out there living your best life, just doing what it is that you do. Oh my gosh, being so thorough and so wise. And why do I tell y'all that I know that y'all are out there being so thorough and so wise, baby, huh? First of all, because God made you that way. Yeah, shout out to you, God, man. He definitely is a rewarder to those that diligently seek him. So you know God woke us up this morning. You know it is all what it is that we do. We had an amazing day, you know. And look, if you think you ain't have an amazing day, you did. All right, because you awake. That means you got work to do out here. And this is just a touch that, baby. I'm just trying to put that out there in pieces for you. Now, what's the second reason why I tell y'all that I know that y'all are out there being so thorough and so wise, baby? Come on, man. Y'all already know. Because y'all are out there listening to me, man. All right? And this is just a touch of it, baby. Y'all know I put it out there in pieces for you, okay? Because I'll be shining bright like a diamond. Yes. Doing what it is that I do. And there's a third thing that I tell y'all too. Okay. When I'm starting this thing off, and what is the third thing that I gotta do? All right, y'all already know I gotta give a shout out to my haters. And what do I say to these haters, y'all? Come on, say it with me on three. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, haters, cause y'all need this to work too. Yes, y'all need this work too, baby. So listen, if you're just coming over to the whole Just a Touch of J experience and you like, wait a minute, hold on. What's this girl, you know, Jay, and what's she doing? Give it a shot to her haters. Like, what's going on? So look, let me talk to you, right? A lot of times, the haters and naysayers, disbelievers, you know, people, you know, that is, you know, out there, you know, in the darkness sometimes. What they do is they come over and they be trying to figure out what's going on with your life, right? And it's basically like, you know, because they be like in the dark. You know, like in the dark. You know, like imagine like being in your room, right? And you got all the lights off, right? You're in your room, you chilling, you sleep. You know, somebody come in and hit that light switch, bam, turn the light on. You know, you like, wait a minute, oh my gosh, what's happening? You know, like the light, it kind of like, it startles you a little bit when you in the dark. Okay, this is just touch it, baby. Okay, so basically what happens is, you know, some people out here like me, you know, and other people, you know, God put you out there in pieces for them so you can shine bright like a diamond. And when you out there shining bright like a diamond, sometimes they like this, hold on, is that my boy over there? Is that my girl over there shining on? What's going on? They try to figure out what's going on. You know, because when you in the dark, like the light starts attracting you sometimes. This just touch that, baby. I'm just trying to put that out there in peace for you. They can't help but to come over to see what's going on. See, y'all think that people be out there, they be being nosy and stuff like that. No, they just can't help it. They just like, oh my gosh, the light just be drawing them in. So what happens is God prepares a table for you, right? In the presence of your enemies. All right. This word says, I'm going to anoint your head with oil, your cup going to run over. They're going to have to watch you eat. And he kind of puts you out there like bait. And they just they look at it, try to figure out what's going on. And what happens is they come over and they wind up getting blessed by the message. Okay? So you never hate on them. All you say is, hi, haters, because y'all need this work too. Yes, y'all need this work too. They need that work too. We all need this work. Me too. So look, this is just a touch of J. Have y'all been going over to My Name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby? Now listen, mama been dropping the dime on you. Yes. Mama about to drop a dime on you. Yes, I've been dropping a dime on y'all, and I'm going to drop a dime on y'all in a minute. But this is just a touch of J. I got to put it out there in pieces for you. So look. If y'all been going over to My Name is RONI76 on Instagram, okay, I've been putting things out there for you. Yeah, I did my Sunday thing, the Sunday's word of the week. So I did that, right? Then I did Tuesday, where I did Tuesday inspirational posts. I find a post from somebody, it inspired me. I put it out there, get them a shout out. Then Wednesday, I do my foods on Wednesday, Making Love V's Kitchen Wednesday, the Wednesday edition, baby. And it's just such a day, baby. I put that out there in pieces. Did a little throwback stuff of my halibut, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. And then today is Thursday. This is Poppin Podcast Thursday, where I give y'all a podcast that's popping like popcorn, baby. And this is just a touch of J. I've been putting stuff out there in pieces for you. So you're going to have to check out My Name is RONI76 on Instagram. See what you see on there. Scroll around and do what it is that you do. Okay? Videos, everything out there. All you need, okay, is just touch J, and it's out there. All right, so look, we're going to skate on over to the left, and move on over to the left, so I can shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, we're going to talk about Making Love V's Kitchen, baby. Have y'all been going over to Making Love V's Kitchen? Listen, let me tell you about what's going on in Making Love V's Kitchen. I have actually been making Love V's Kitchen. Yeah, I have. Yeah. So look, I threw something out there, my halibut, okay? Tequila, coconut tequila, lime, cream sauce I put over this halibut. Okay, I did it yesterday, okay? But last year, all right? 3/10 2020. It's 2021. Okay, so I put that out there. I made it for my doctor friend. I named it after him. It's called the halibut. Okay, he thorough. Shot a whole video at his house and everything. Y'all gotta look at those pieces because this is just a touch of J. But what's about to happen is that y'all gonna get that secret recipe because I never gave y'all the recipe. I just put it out there in pieces for you. So I'm gonna give y'all the recipe today. And that thing is popping like popcorn, baby. I'm trying to tell you, look, this is just a touch of J. When y'all taste that halibut with that tequila, oh, child. Oh, my gosh, it's doing something to me. Y'all know what happens when I start talking about Making Love V's Kitchen, baby. I feel it all over me right now. I just feel like the chills is and I'm rubbing all over my body and stuff. Yo, I need some help. This is just a touch of J. I don't know what happens when I talk about food. It just be turning me on. So y'all know I'm going through it because I can't eat that stuff. But look, I'm going to hook y'all up, put it out there in pieces for y'all. But let me tell y'all what I've been doing. So I have been making Love V's Kitchen. Now, it ain't really been V's Kitchen because I'm in a hotel and I've been in a couple Airbnbs. But we going to talk about that because I got a story to tell y'all like Biggie. All right. But, I've been eating steak. Now, look, y'all. I told y'all before, I ain't do no meat in a while, okay? I'm talking about I was whole vegan and everything, but for some reason with this whole leaky gut thing, God, no, you need the meat. Now, the meat got the essential vitamins and stuff, but I was all like this, beef? God laid on my heart, look, I need you to eat this beef. I'm like, this guy, I don't know about that. Child, he been telling me to eat this beef for, I swear, it been about a whole month. And I was just so scared. I don't know. Child, no matter of fact, it been longer than that. I ain't even gonna lie to you, it been 2 months. Child, that beef probably could have cured me and everything. But I just was nervous, y'all. Because y'all know what happened to me when I was eating that food. So, every time I gotta eat some food, sometimes I'll be a little scared. A little nervous, But God didn't give me the spirit of fear. But, look, this just touched it. Let's get back to this beef. So I tried the steak, and Child ate the whole steak. It was an 8-ounce steak, and I was like, oh my gosh, I ain't had no reaction. My stomach ain't hurt, no nothing. This just a touch there. I'm waiting for it to start bubbling or something, Because look, when you don't eat meat in years, like I ain't have steak in like probably like, besides when I go up north and I'm like, let me get a cheesesteak, something like that, because this is just such a, you always gotta get the cheesesteak when you go home. All right, but other than that, I'm like beef, like steak, like I don't know about that. Hamburgers, no, I'll do all that. So I'm one thing like it been years, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat it. Ate it. Child, no reaction or stomach wasn't upset. So then the next day I had another one. Look, this just a touch. I said, you know what? Forget it. If I had 8 ounce, maybe I could have another one. Had that. That was last week. This week I had steak today. And I just tore that 8 ounce steak up. And then I had with some kale. Oh, child, it was so good. Then I put the kale in the oven, and then I let it steam up like 4 cups of kale, and I put it in like a little full packet because I can't do everything, that I used to do right now. I can't do too much, just a touch. So I put it up in there, right? And then when I pulled it out, I chopped the meat up all good. They had like a little secret like gravy sauce with just salt in it. Because I can't put that else in there, but I put some of that Himalayan pink salt up in it, child. And then I cut it up real good. Then after I ate the meat out, I took the kale and I put the kale all up in there, and I just let it like cook down, so like it made like a sauce, like a gravy. This just touched it, baby. I don't know what's going on, but I have been making Lil Love and Beast Kitchen. All right, so the beef was pretty good, steak, and then I had steak not yesterday, day before yesterday, which was Monday, right? No, today's Thursday, Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm gonna be doing the steak, and then I'm still doing my turkey legs, baby. I be doing like 3 to 4 turkey thighs. A day. I just been tearing food up, over 3,600 something calories. I just been eating like I don't know. I just been so hungry. And this just touched it, baby. That was Making Love Beast Kitchen. That's all I got for you. Besides the fact that tomorrow I got to try salmon, y'all. Y'all got to pray for me. I got to try the salmon tomorrow. Now, look. I was eating salmon when I had the first reaction in November, but it was canned salmon. Okay, so I'm going to do the wild caught sake. Okay, so, I'm going to go out there and put it out there in pieces for them. See what happens. Like God said, this is just a touch of Jay. That was Making Love Beast Kitchen. Now we're moving all over to the left, to the left, to the left. So I can shine bright like it's diamond. And I gotta talk to y'all about something real quick. I gotta tell y'all about Just a Touch of Jay's Fitness. So look, this whole time, right, since I've been doing my 21 days of podcasting and giving y'all all this goodness, Just a Touch of Jay. Guess what? I've been telling y'all I was going to work out, right? Guess what I did? I worked out. Oh, my God, y'all. I was working out. Yeah, and not like the workout I was doing, like the push-ups and stuff off the wall. None of that. Like, I did, like, weight training and stuff. And I ran 3 different times. Actually, 4 times, but 3 times in one day. And this is just a touch of that, baby. Okay? God said, I need you to run. I said, God, I don't know about all that. The first time. I said, I don't know. He said, come on, just jog, just lightly. So I run it out there. Put it out there in pieces for myself. Child, you should see me. I was so nervous. I'm like, okay, all right, because you got to be careful when you got this histamine thing going on, too much sweating and too much exertion just set off stuff. And I'm like this, all right, God, and then the second time, which was like, I think that was Monday. Then yesterday, which was Wednesday, he was like, come on, go ahead and run again. And I'm like, all right. Then he said, run this right here. That's okay. He said, run this right here. I said, okay. And you know what I learned? I could put it out there in pieces for him. So yeah. I'm getting back to what I used to do. And I love it because I was just running 8 miles. Okay? Or sometimes I would walk 4 and run another 4. And that was just November 1st. So look, baby, this is just a touch of Jay. Y'all keep on praying for me because that was part of Just a Touch of Jay's Fitness. Now look, other part of Just a Touch of Jay's Fitness is the clothing and all that. But I got a secret for y'all. Okay, now you can get all the clothing up in the link trees, up in all my bios for all y'all ladies, the guys that want to get y'all, stuff too. It's coming. It's called Tell It Fit to You. It's going to be real dope. I got a lot of pieces, but the secret thing is they brought it to my attention. They said, Jay, because they know I like TRX bands and stuff. Child, I'm coming. I want my own TRX. Okay, TRX. Okay, now if you don't know about TRX, you better Google it. This is just a touch of it, baby. Y'all better get these TRX things from me, all right? Because they gonna help y'all out. Oh my gosh, the fitness program. I'm so glad. I gotta say this, and I know y'all might be thinking she crazy, but it was good that I was afflicted. Because when I was weak, God's strength was made strong. And he allowed me to actually have these visions and things now and coming up with all this stuff. Child, all this stuff for y'all. This is just a touch day. I'm just trying to put it out there in pieces for you. I got the fitness pieces, the waist shapers, the thigh shapers, all type of stuff is just coming up out of this. So sometimes you just got to go through something. For other things to come out. So look, that was just Touch J's Fitness. Now, we got to skate all over to, I got to go to Beat Break Radio. I always go over to my app first, but I got to go over to Beat Break Radio. Shout out to you, Beat Break. Okay, so let me tell y'all know I'm doing an entertainment segment now for Beat Break Radio. Okay, this is just a touch day, baby. I put it out there in pieces for them, right? And they loved it. Yeah, they loved it. They loved my entertainment segment. So I was talking about, Coming to America. I was talking about T.I., and his alleged, 11 cases of, sexual stuff that he got going on, him and his wife, baby. This is just a touch of day. So I talked about that, right? Then I was talking about my man, LeBron James, how they tried to trick him with that coronavirus stuff. Those questions at NBA All-Star Weekend. I was talking about Kim Kardashian and, how she's messing with Travis and, all type of little secrets and Kamorley Simmons, how she had got pulled over by the cops. So this just touch day, baby. I put it out there in pieces for him. Okay? And it's called the Hot Wire. The Hot 411 Wire. And I dropped it, the whole podcast, behind what's the 411, hon? You got it going on. You got it going on. Like, what's the 411, hon? Shout out to you, Mary J. and Grand Poop. Yeah. It's just touch it, baby. I had to put all that out there in pieces for y'all. So make sure y'all are checking it out because it's at the top and the bottom of every other hour. So y'all get to hear me all day long. Okay? Every day. And then y'all get to hear the Just Touch J show at 12 at night. And I told y'all I'm about to turn that thing into like a little sexy thing, baby. Look, where I'm going to be doing remakes and songs and talking to y'all like, hey, y'all. What's going on? It's Just Touch J. Y'all know how y'all like that voice, that Barry White, Janet Jackson voice, baby. Oh, my God. I'm going to put it out there in pieces for you. I swear I'm coming up out of this thing. So look, now let's talk about Just Touch J app. So look, Just Touch J app really been popping. Wait a minute, God told me, don't forget about Just Touch J Cannabis. I got to throw that out there. Make sure y'all go ahead and get the papers real quick before we talk about the app, okay? It's going to be in dispensaries. I got 4 different strains of marijuana, medical, all that stuff going to be put out there in pieces for you, okay? It's coming. Just Touch J Cannabis line. All right, boom. Now, Just Touch J app. Just Touch J app is getting redone. But I'm starting off with just putting different things out there for y'all in pieces. I'm doing different segments from Sunday through Friday. So you'll be able to get Sunday word all the way up to Friday. All right. And this is just a touch day. You're going to get something different every day. All right. So this is going to help me heal. It's going to help y'all heal. And I'll be putting stuff out there in pieces for y'all. And then once I start making love these kitchens again, y'all going to be so turned out. Oh my God. I'm going to be turned out myself. But anyway, look, that is now the Just Touch J app 4.0. So make sure you update the app. You get to get all my podcasts. Podcasts are played in the Listen to V section, y'all. That icon, Listen to V with the headphones. That's where it's called V's Podcast Topics. That's where all the podcasts are. 324, okay? Podcasts are there, okay? Listen at your leisure. This is Just Touch J. I'm just putting out there in pieces for you. The J, okay, that's all my blogs and things like that. And then we're going to have the Making Love East Kitchen food videos that's getting ready to get uploaded and things like that. You go ahead, Just Touch J Fitness. Y'all get to see me working out and fit tips and all that type of stuff, okay? Now look, I'm done. This is Just Touch J. I just had to put all that out there in pieces for you, baby. Okay, and there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. Now look, I gotta drop a dime on y'all. I got a story to tell like Biggie. Oh my God, I gotta tell y'all something. Yeah, child. I want to talk to y'all about identity theft. Yeah, I got a story to tell like Biggie. Identity theft. Right? Now, this is what God's telling me to talk to you about because I was really like praying on this. Okay? I was praying on this and I was like, you know what? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to pray right now. I pray. I want y'all to pray with me. You ready? Because I told y'all I was going to pray last time. I forgot. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I get my prayer out there for y'all. Because some of y'all need that work and I need it. All right, so here goes the prayer. You ready? Okay, bow your heads. Close your eyes. All right, dear Lord, Heavenly Father, I come to you right now. I ask you to go ahead and help me put this out there in pieces for them. Because your peoples, they need this. I want to talk to them about identity theft, Lord God. So lead me, protect all of us. Thank you for protecting all of us. Thank you for healing us. Thank you for just keeping us straight, Lord. Because we out here, we jacked up sometimes. Okay, and it's just such day. I just had to put down there in pieces. All right, in Jesus' name we pray, amen. Okay, now look, that's just how it goes. All right, real simple. God knows our hearts. Okay, our hearts. Let's talk about this thing right here. Identity theft. Y'all probably like, what's going on? Identity theft. What's going on? Somebody stole something? No. We talking about when your identity is compromised. Yeah, when you don't know who you are. Or, this is the real kicker, right? When people don't know who you are. See, we run into a lot of people sometimes, right? And sometimes when we don't know who we are, we morph into whoever they want us to be. We kind of, you don't really know who you are. So, you kind of like start paying attention to what it is that they want. And then you just become what they want. Well, listen, like a chameleon. I dated somebody like that, y'all. This is just such a day, baby. He was putting it out there, peace for me, all type of ways. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't right. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, I thought you was like this. I thought you was like this. He's trying to do that trickery on me. What's up, Tyrone? Yeah. So anyway, look. So look, he trying to do that trickery on me. I'm just saying, I had to put out there pieces for you. And it wasn't working. Because I'm like, no, something ain't right with this thing right here. And he was like, he kept the 100 with me. He was basically like, I used to, basically just turn into whoever people wanted me to be. But with you, I can't do that. So it's no hesitation. There's no BS between us and nothing like that. But he learned something about himself. And it taught me something about myself. Because I used to do the same damn thing, baby. That's just a touch of day. Look, I say, what you want me to be? You want to be like this? You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, this is what you like. Okay, yeah, I could do that. Okay, you like this? Okay, yeah, I could do that. And that's because I didn't know who I was. I told you, when you don't know who you are, you can morph into whoever it is they want you to be. And y'all out there doing that. Like literally, like you dating people or whatever. I told y'all we're going to be doing some Love Doctor stuff. Love Doctor series, okay? I love talking to y'all about relationships and love. But any of y'all going through that? Like, you literally dealing with somebody, but you know that you ain't really supposed to be like dealing with them, but you kind of just doing whatever it is. Just, okay, I know if I do this, then they'll be good, and then I do this and they'll be good because you don't know who you are. So that's why you're morphing into whoever it is they want you to be. You're like a chameleon, or you got a couple of them, out here, a couple guys, or you got a couple girls, and you one way with this one, but with this one you could be yourself, but with this one you can't. You got like 4 or 5 different people, 2 or 3. I don't know, just touch that, baby. I don't know what y'all out there doing, okay? But somebody out there putting it out there in pieces for them, and they morphing it into, whoever it is that they, they want you to be. You out here, you putting it out there in pieces for them, pieces everywhere to the puzzle. Right? But the puzzle ain't whole. It ain't. Identity theft. Right? Lost your identity. Well, look, this is what I want to say. Sometimes, people do that to you. All right? And that's how they get you. You understand what I'm saying? When you don't know who you are. Like they can do that to you. So, you out here, you shining bright like a diamond, And then people can't even see the light. They can't see. A lot of times we do that when we can't see. Oh, this is just a touch of day, baby. God dropping a dime on me. We out here and we doing what it is that we do. We turn it into this and we turn it into that. And sometimes we miss good things. Whoo, child. We miss good things like they couldn't see. Okay, like Jesus. Okay, let me go there with Jesus. Jesus was out there. He's putting out there peaceful. Like, yeah, he healing this one. Bow. You good. Get up. You raised you from the dead right here. Lazarus. You cool. He out here healing Jairus' daughter. Boom, that's straight. He out here, healing the blind and all of that. He doing all of them miracles for him. Turning water into wine. He hooking them up. Peter cut somebody's ear off. He healing. He doing all type of miracles, signs and wonders. Healing people, being there, doing what it is that he do. But they were so blind, they couldn't see it. They couldn't see it. They were just morphing into, people, whatever, they thought that he wanted them to be. Yeah, just changing up. But he knew, and some of y'all know too. Some of y'all know that some of these people out here ain't right for y'all. You ain't right for them, but you still out here dealing with them. But the kicker is, though, is that when they can't see, we all do it when we can't see. When I was out here putting it out there in pieces form, doing what it is that I do, because I didn't know who I was. I couldn't see. I was blind. Any of y'all out there blind? Listen, okay, this is just a touch of me. If I was out there blind, I know you was out there blind too. Everybody been blind one time in their life. But I'm talking about blind. Like, you can't see what's in front of you. Like, okay, I want y'all to all just sit back and just think about this. Just think about this. You know if you're a good person or not. You know if you got a good heart, right? And you know if you're in a relationship, friendship, any type of relationship with someone, romantic, whatever, and they can't see your heart, like who you really are. Just touch that. That bothers you, right? Because you're like, damn, like you can't see I ain't like that. But a lot of people be blind. I've been blind. You've been blind at times. We get blinded. And a lot of times people can do trickery on us when they blind too. It's identity theft. The devil comes out to kill and destroy and seek and roam and get all of us all confused and jacked up in our identity. But when you know who you are, you know who you are not. Like, when Jesus, he was out there, he was out there in the wilderness, doing it as he was doing, he was out there, he was like, why hast thou forsaken me? He was out there sweating blood, like tears, just crying like, Lord. And the enemy came to him when he was out there, fasting and praying and trying to get his life in order. Some of y'all out there fasting, praying, trying to get your life in order. That's when the enemy comes. Yeah, he come like a snake, like, hey, he came up to Jesus like, listen, my mans, look, if you really who you say you are, throw yourself down. And Jesus like, no, I can't do that, because he knew who he was. That's what I need y'all to do, okay? That's all this podcast is about. I just need you to figure out who you are. Yeah, so you ain't out there putting it out there in pieces for everybody. And I want you to, because God keeps telling me this. You have to understand that sometimes people are blind. And they won't know who you are. And sometimes God blinds them so that they can't see who you are. You understand what I'm saying? They can't, because sometimes the enemy, okay, I told you, he out there trying to put it out there in pieces for him, man. And he'll have you out there all messed up if they get to actually see who you are. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're out there and you're going through and you're like, daggone, man, you got a good heart. You're doing this that you got to do. But people just can't see that. And they out there doing you wrong. Friends don't treat you right. Your romantic relationships, it ain't working out. And you like, damn, I'm a good person. Like, look, one of my cousins, he was in him. Shout out to him. He can have a baby and everything. You know who you are. I'll put your pieces out there. I did a podcast about him not too long ago, like a year ago. Real thorough. But now he about to have a baby. And he's such a thorough dude, such a giving guy. He out there, he would always get these girls that never saw him for who he was. He would open up doors for him. I'm talking about spending money on him. He was just nice. And they would just take advantage of him and treat him like crap. Any of y'all out there going through that? Ladies, guys, gentlemen. Y'all just good and people just be taking advantage of you because they blind. They blind, they can't see. Like Paul, okay? Let me tell y'all. Saul to Paul in the Bible. Saul's out there killing Christians. Like, he thought he was doing what it is that he do. He thought he was doing God a service. Like, no, these Christians is crazy. This ain't right. This ain't real. Ain't nothing popping with these Christians. He was out there telling them, like, no, killing them. Like assassinating them, okay? God came to him. Boom, hit him with the light. Shine bright like a diamond, okay? Like me, hit him with the light. Oh my gosh, he like this. He fell. He blind. He couldn't see. On his road to Damascus. That's in Acts chapter 9. Check it out. All right. So look, I was reading that thing today. That thing is juicy. Okay. NIV version is a good version, all right? New English Standard Version, all that type of stuff. Look, this is just such a, anyway, I put this out there a piece for you. But he was all jacked up, right? So God hit him, boom, because he was already blind, right? But he hit him with the light, which made him real blind. He couldn't see. He had the scales all over his eyes. He didn't know who he was. He didn't know what's going on. But then he got named Paul. And when he turned into Paul, okay, started going ahead leading the Christians. Put the church out there. He all up in the Bible. He was leading them to God after that. This is just a touch there, baby. Listen, that's how I was too. I was out there like, I wasn't out there like killing Christians and that, but I was like, I was raised in the church, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I praise dance. Okay. They like, you got anointed. I'm like, yeah, all right, now I'm out here, I was out there doing what it is I was doing. I was doing trickery, all that. I keep trying to tell you, I had a girlfriend and a boyfriend. We all lived together, baby. Just a touch of Jay. Okay. I had no problem being with women. That was my thing. Yeah, I used to love women. Oh, yeah. Whole lesbian thing. Yeah. Just such a baby. Just try, like I said, I'm trying to put this out there in peace for you. But God sometimes what he does is he changes you around when you blind. Right? Because you can't see. Other people can't see you. When you can't see yourself. Oh my gosh. So look, all I'm trying to tell you all is, like when Paul was Saul, he got blind. And what God had to do is he had to reveal himself to Paul before he could reveal himself through Paul. Reveal himself to Saul before he can reveal himself through Paul. Sometimes that's what God got to do. Sometimes he actually blinds people so they can't see you for who you are. And sometimes people are just out here real blind and they'll never be able to see you. And it's crazy. Any of y'all out there going through that? Like I recently went through that. Like I actually know somebody who knows me, but they just can't see who I am. And I just be like, damn, they blind. And they could be Christian, Muslim, whatever, baby. It's just such that they just can't see you. God's telling me, because their heart is hardened. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So it's about what they're thinking and what they see and what goes in them. So what you got to do is you got to pray for these people. You got to pray for yourself so you ain't out here blind. Okay? Because that's identity theft. Identity theft. You don't know your identity. It's been stolen from you somehow. Identity theft. Whether it was when you was a child and someone told you wasn't pretty and now your identity is messed up so you don't believe in yourself. That's what it turns into. You not believing in yourself. No confidence and things like that. Because when you know who you are, you don't know. When you don't know who you are, okay, you'll morph into whoever they want you to be. But when you know who you are, you know who you are not. You understand what I'm saying? Identity theft. Any of y'all out there going through that, like struggling with who you are? You don't know if you want to be this. You don't know if you want to be that. Baby, this just touches you. Been there, done that. Okay? I'm just trying to put this out there in pieces for you. That's it. I need y'all to get this. Identity theft. Your identity is taken from you when you don't know who you are. You out here doing this type of trick. You out here with this one, that one, this one, that one. You don't know what's going on. You're one way over here, you're next way over here. You change like the wind. You're up and down. You're around the corner. Identity theft. You don't know who you are. And if people are able to pull the blind over you, a lot of times because they blind and you blind, so you got to pray. You got to pray. You got to stand God's word. You got to try to get your life in order. Figure out who you are. It was good that I was afflicted. I know y'all might, like I just said that earlier. I know y'all might be like, what you mean? Like, no, literally, like I felt like things was crawling on me for hours. Okay. Cause histamine was releasing. I couldn't eat for like 2 months. I lost like almost like 40 pounds, baby. Just a touch a day. I'm barely like 125 pounds. Like, thank God my skin color is coming back. My skin broke out real bad. Okay. Hives and stuff everywhere, all over my cheeks. Couldn't go to the bathroom for like a month and a half. Number 2, I was going like 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Then I couldn't do that. But this is just a touch a day, baby. I'm trying to put this out there in pieces for you. I could smell 50 feet away. That means I couldn't go into a store because I was smelling everything. Couldn't even go outside my house. I couldn't wash myself. Sharp stabbing, headache pains in my head. Do you understand that? All by myself. I was going through this. Couldn't walk. Couldn't talk. Couldn't see. Didn't know what was going on. Lost, crying, God, please save me. I don't want to die. But it was good that I was afflicted because look, now y'all got just a touch of J in a different way. And And I'm putting this out there in pieces for y'all. Y'all got to get this. Sometimes, man, we morph into whoever it is that people want us to be because our identity has been taken from us, but mine has been given back to me. I know who I am right now. I'm supposed to be putting this out there in pieces for y'all. I'm supposed to be making Love V's Kitchen. I'm supposed to do what it is that I do. And God got me shining bright like a diamond. That's why it was good that I was afflicted. I'm literally in a hotel right now, okay? Because mold was found in my new construction home. Child, this is just a touch of the heat in the air conditioning system. Child, look, that's why I was getting sick. It's stuff like that too. That's part of the whole thing. So I'm in the hotel, but I'm still out here doing what it is that I do because I love my babies. And I got to tell y'all, seriously, watch your identity. 2021, man, we got to make a change. We got to get ourselves together. So this is Poppin Podcast Thursdays. So I talk to y'all about, loving and doing what it is that you do, but also being lost out here, man. A lot of us out here, we lost, yo. I'm trying to tell you, literally just came from somebody's house, about to go to somebody else's house, like, boom, be somebody else. You're around your family, you're this way. You're at work, you're that way. You're with the boyfriend, you're this way. You're with the girlfriend, you're this way. You're with your friend, you're this way. You're just morphing into whatever people want you to be because you don't really know who you are. And that's how you get caught up doing trickery and stuff. And then other people get messed up by it because they don't know who they are. Because they blind, like, Saul to Paul. We all be blind. All right? We just got to watch those pieces. All right? So that's that. Take what you're going to take from it. Get some notes. Work on yourself, okay? So, sometimes we got to check ourselves because we be out here wrecking ourselves, all right? And I always got to put it out there pieces for y'all. Let y'all know, look, I ain't no better than you. I used to be doing all type of trickery and stuff. Definitely didn't see a lot of people that was thorough to me. A lot of people was real thorough to me, and I just couldn't see it because I was blind. Some of y'all out here blind too. So look, how y'all want me to end this? Huh? Y'all like it when I do it like that? But this is just a touch there, baby. Y'all want me to do the Barry White, Janet Jackson voice? Okay, y'all ready? All right, y'all. Here we go. Hold on. Let me sip on some of this tea. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, y'all. Let me tell you about this tea real quick before I get up out of here. Okay, so y'all know I got the history of stuff going on, all these crazy things because I got the leaky gut. Okay, so I'm trying to heal my system, but it's this tea. It's like a magical tea. It's called Holy Basil. Okay, and it's like antihistamine tea. Y'all can take it too if you got like allergies or asthma or something. Child, open you up and everything. But it stops like the mast cell activation in the body. And I got some. I found it, and I just been sipping on it, and it just be calming your system down. And this just make you feel like so good, baby. Like do what it is that you do. Like like that Tina Marie. Ooh, you looked at me like, I don't want to give y'all too much. That's a touch, baby. All right. Now, look, that was the whole tea thing. Look, let me go ahead and let me end this thing. Stop playing with y'all. All right. So, look, you ready? Who is this? Come on, y'all. What is this? What is this? What is this? Huh? Man, listen, this is just a touch of J. I know who I am, man. I'm just trying to put it out there in pieces for you, baby. All right, so look, what is it that I tell y'all when I move on over to the left, to the left, to the left, so I can shine bright, 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 bright like a diamond. When I'm getting ready to leave up out of here, what I tell y'all? Don't let nobody make you feel like you ain't thorough and wise. Please don't. Oh, my gosh. And if you out here with the identity stuff, not knowing who you are, morphing into whoever it is they want you to be, you out here making yourself feel like you ain't thorough and wise. If you letting people do that trickery on you, that's just because you don't know who you are. Now, sometimes people do the trick to the trade, but most of the time when you know who you are, nah, you don't fall for that. All right? Because you stand firm with it. You see it when it coming. You know. All right? So look. Watch those pieces. And the second thing I tell y'all is, shine on them, 'cause they hate your best life and do what it is that you do, that you do, that you do. Shine bright like a diamond. Yes. Woo. Shine bright like a diamond. I'm over here doing lecture slide, y'all. Yeah. But look, shout out to you, girl, Rihanna, if you listening, because she out there shining on you. You know I love Rihanna. But you got to do that. You got to shine on them because they hate it, baby. You got to put that light out there. Out in the world, but if you don't know who you are, you out here morphing, shading over here, shading over there, to the left, to the left, to the left, doing all these tricks and all these trades and doing, you can't really be shining. You ain't really shining. You doing a fake shine. You a whole fake thing. I used to be doing that. Look, I'm out there with you. I used to be doing that. Not no more, though. You know what I mean? Because I know who I am now, baby. This is just a touch of J. I'll put it out there in pieces for you. I had no problem with telling you because I know who I am. All right? So, the last thing I tell you all is, right? You got to spread love, man. Look, because this is the Brooklyn way. Okay? It's the Brooklyn way. And this is just a touch of J. I'm just trying to put all out there pieces for you, okay? That's it. A little bit of me, the pieces of me, let God take control over it and just try to give y'all some inspiration, some good word, get a little godliness with it, flip them pieces around. Let y'all see this thing out here. It's real. It's what it is. You got to spread the love. Like I spread the love to y'all. Y'all get the love back to me, baby. Thank you so much for everybody who's been there for me. Samada, oh my gosh, everybody. It's so many people. I should have never just put one name out there. You're like, why you ain't mention me? But look, it's just been so many of y'all. I'm talking about sending me money, paying for my, just so much. And I ain't even asking. God's just providing. Word. I want to tell y'all something, but I can't really tell y'all. But I want to tell y'all. But look, just know God been providing for me thousands and thousands and just all type of stuff. I can't put the pieces out there yet, but But look, God just been doing what it is that he do. And he's been sending certain people in my life. And I know it's because I'm about to be elevating. And he no, this one can't go, that one can't go. You got to know who these people are. They not who you think they are. They're morphing into whoever it is that they want you to. They're morphing into whoever it is, okay, that I want them to be. You understand that? Okay, I could be this for you. I could be that for you. And God's no, I need to show you who these real thorough people are. And that's what he been doing. And it's just such a baby. That's basically what the whole podcast was about. It's about paying attention to your circle, watching yourself in it. Not morphing and turning into somebody else like a caterpillar, like a chameleon, just, change it. Boy, I changed it for you, I changed it for you, because you got to know who you are. Identity theft. Your identity's been taken from you when you doing stuff like that. You not doing that trickery, you don't even know who you are. Yeah. Because if you did, you would know you so thorough, you don't got to do all that craziness. You don't gotta do all that. Somebody used to tell me that. You ain't gotta do all that. But I didn't know I was lost. You thought I was blind. But now I see. And this is just a touch of that, baby. I want y'all to see too. And I just want to put that out there pieces for you. So look, I'm up out of here, right? I don't have nothing else to say. Make sure y'all listening to everything. All the songs. Got a new song coming out for y'all. Got my name in it. Oh my gosh. Got all my names in it. So thorough, so wise. Okay. I'm put that out there in pieces for you. And I will be back. Okay? Because I love my babies. Man. I'll be back. When I got something else to say. Y'all hear that? This is just a touch of it, baby. Coming at you, putting it all out there in peace. I just had to drop a bomb on them like flex. Oh my gosh, this that work, baby. And baby, you know you fine, right? It's just a touch of J. Just trying to J. Hey y'all, this is just a touch of J, and I'm coming at you, making love in V's kitchen. Y'all hear that? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You better download that Just a Touch of J app. J. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on one second. This is Just a Touch of J. Y'all remember them songs? Listen, I got another one for you, so stay tuned, right?
Because all he needs is just a touch of J. That's what's up next, all right? I love my babies. Check it out. My baby like it when I do it like that. All he needs is just a touch of J.
Pieces for you. Pieces for you.
Y'all know I'm thrilling wise, right?
All you need is just a touch of J.
Ladies, y'all hear that? I just want to talk to y'all for a little bit.
Pieces for you.
This is just a touch of J, baby. Come on.
All you need is just a touch of J.
Baby like it when I do it like that. Baby like it when I do it.
All you need is just a touch.
Y'all know I'm feeling wise, right?
Pieces for you.
My baby like it when I do it like that.
Pieces for you.
When I do it like that.
Pieces for you.
He like it when I'm rubbing on his back. Then I do my feet thing.
Pieces for you. Pieces for you. This is just a touch of the J. Just a touch. Pieces for you.
Ladies, y'all hear that? He likes making love in V's kitchen. It's making love in V's kitchen. It's making love in V's kitchen. It's making love in V's kitchen.
Pieces for you. All he needs is just a touch of J. All he needs is just a touch of J. Pieces for you.
I love you, baby.
Zucchini.
This is just a touch of J, baby. Y'all like it when I do it like that?
Just a touch of the J.
Y'all better make sure y'all go over to Making Love in V's kitchen. It's my food thing. Oh my gosh. Y'all like it when I do it like that, baby. And my name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby.
Lady,
All he needs is just a touch of J.
y'all hear that?
It's tell it fit, baby.
Ladies, all he needs is just a touch of J.
This is just a touch of J, baby.
Y'all hear that? All he needs is just a touch of J. All he needs is just a touch of J. All he needs is just a touch of J. All he needs is just a touch of J. All you need is just a touch of the J.
And make sure y'all download the Just a Touch of J app too. The links are in all the bios. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the love of my life. You know you're fine, right? Hey y'all, this is just a touch of J, baby. What y'all out there doing? Y'all out there shining on them cause they hate it, baby, living your best life, huh? Doing what it is that you do? Well, listen, mama gotta drop a dime on y'all, but I want y'all to listen to the song of the week, right? Yeah, it's a remake, you know, with just a touch of J to it. All right, let me know what y'all think. Call in, all right? Yeah, full songs are going to be coming up soon. And make sure y'all go over to Making Love in V's Kitchen, baby. And check out the Just a Touch of J app, too. Mama just dropped the sweet potato brownie recipe for y'all on the Just a Touch of J app. And y'all want that. Trust me. I know you do. All right? Listen to the songs. They up next. Y'all hear that? Yeah, man. This is just a touch of J. sure y'all go over there making Love and Beats Kitchen, baby. Going over there making Love and Beats Kitchen, baby. Mama got some brownies. She prepared brownies for you, baby. Thanks for listening to the Just a Touch of J podcast, baby. I love you guys. I'm just trying to put it out. I'm just trying to put it out there in pieces for you. I'm just trying to put it out there. I can tell y'all this is just a touch of trying to put it out there in pieces for you. What's up, y'all? Did y'all like that? Yeah, man. I just want to talk to y'all for a little bit. Y'all gotta make sure y'all go over there making Love and Beats Kitchen, baby. I'm definitely putting it out there in pieces for you. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Oh my gosh, man. Oh man, this beat goes so hard, baby. Yeah, I keep trying to tell y'all this is just a touch of J, baby. Y'all know that y'all can really just rock with this. Y'all know I put this out in pieces for you. Significant others. Yeah, y'all can just chill to this one right here. Yeah, man. This beat goes so hard, baby. Y'all hear that? It's called the box. What do y'all know about the box? Yeah. Don't forget to make sure that y'all go over to making Love and Beats Kitchen, baby. Make sure y'all scroll around and grab a taste. And baby, you know you're fine, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I just give a shout out to the love of my life. Yeah, you know who you are. I need you to come and make Love and Beats Kitchen, baby. Little zucchini. Yeah. Matter of fact, make sure y'all keep checking that out over at Making Love and Beats Kitchen. Cause got some zucchini that's coming to y'all. Yeah. I love you guys. Again, this is just a touch of J, right? I'm just trying to put it all out there in pieces for you, baby. Y'all hear that?